Aaron Rodgers, one Super Bowl appearance, one Super Bowl victory in his tenure. That came way back in 2010. The questions still linger about what he's going to do. Now, here is a story that isn't about Rodgers as much as it's about maybe some of the behind-the-scenes maneuvering from a PR standpoint. The story from Tuesday morning from Adam Schefter that Rodgers turned down during the offseason a contract offer that would have made him the highest paid player in the NFL. First of all, that's not new. And it's not uncommon for reporters to dust off old news and maybe add some little twist to it to justify making it a headline. But if Adam Schefter is being honest with himself and with the audience, he would admit that this is months old. This has been out there, that during the conversations that occurred, during the quiet time in the offseason, before Rodgers made it known that he wanted out, the Packers had indeed offered him a contract that would have made him the highest paid player in football. But there continues to be a major gap when it comes to the information that's been reported. When you don't know the structure of the deal, it doesn't matter what the deal is worth. You put a couple of non-guaranteed years on the back end that bump the average salary up over $45 million per year. Hey, he's the highest paid player in football. Well, yeah, but does it affect the fundamental problem that motivated all of this effort by Rodgers? And this goes back to January, and this is what we've said consistently. Rodgers no longer wants to be 1 year at a time employed by the Packers. He wants security. He wants to know he'll be there 2 or 3 years. So he doesn't have to worry about being supplanted by Jordan Love. If you give him a contract that has a bunch of non-guaranteed money that makes him more highly paid than Patrick Mahomes, but there's no guarantee he's going to be there to make that money, who cares? So the structure is the key. A contract that forces the Packers to keep Aaron Rodgers for 2021, 2022, and maybe 2023. That's what he wants. That's what, let me be more accurate. That's what he wanted. It may be that the ship has sailed. And if they would show up now and say, okay, Aaron, we'll give you what you wanted back in January or February, it could be that Aaron Rodgers will say, hey, look, you had your chance to do what you needed to do then. You jerked me around. You forced me to play this game. I didn't want to play this game. I just wanted to have a deal that made me know I was going to be here, that I was the guy, that you're as committed to me as I am to you. You didn't do it. You decided to go the hard way. And now I'm going the even harder way, and I'm going to continue to persist in my desire to be traded. And I still think, and I said this yesterday, where did I say it? I think I said it on Dan Patrick's show. And some people have misinterpreted what I said. I'm not reporting that Rodgers is going to show up and that he's going to get traded before week 1. I just could envision Rodgers showing up, the Packers, specifically CEO Mark Murphy, not being happy with that outcome. I think Murphy would prefer that Rodgers not show, then Rodgers becomes the villain in all of this. And the Packers, if Rodgers sits out the whole year, they can make more than $30 million back from Rodgers between salary that won't be paid, signing bonus that can be recovered, roster bonus that won't be paid, fines if they collect them. They're looking at more than $30 million if he chooses to boycott the whole year. If he shows up, it could be that the Packers finally soften in their stance that they're not going to trade him. This whole "we're not going to trade you" may be aimed at goading him into not showing up. If he shows up, they may say, you know, we're better off moving on. Do we really want this awkward final season with Aaron Rodgers, where we constantly have to worry about what kind of verbal shots he's going to take while standing in front of his locker? I don't know that the Packers are going to want that if it comes to it. And that's why I think showing up could be the key to Rodgers ending up in what most likely at this point would be Denver for the 2021 season. I can't rule out anything. We've seen so many crazy things happen in the NFL over the years. How can you rule out any possible permutation or outcome of this Rodgers drama? But the bottom line is this. Today's report from Schefter is not new. And that news continues to be incomplete because we don't know the structure. And finally, this gets back to my original point. I think Schefter's doing somebody from the Packers a favor here, because here we are 6 days away from the shareholder meeting, and I've pointed out Mark Murphy is going to face a hostile crowd. The Packers want it to be known that they've done everything in their power to get Rodgers to stay. And the fact that Rodgers is still upset doesn't reflect unreasonableness on their part. It reflects unreasonableness on his part.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.